and you wonder why you never fit it. You wonder why you never like you experience times throughout school where you just didn't fit in the crowd. You just you just felt like you never was enough. People always looked at you strange. I always felt like you was strange or weird. You just never fit in. And not to say you was somebody that tried to fit in, but you just never was able. It was always just that line right there of fitting in and not fitting in, and you always stayed right there on that back end of fitting in. You never crossed fitting in, but you stayed right there on that. Telling you this because I felt the same way. I had my friends, I had my cousins, whatever the case is, but I always felt like you know, not to say that I was an outsider because we're from a small town. We knew a lot. We knew a lot of people. We knew everybody. But as far as fitting into, certain groups or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to go too deep into detail about certain groups. I never wanted to fit in. I always was to myself. We always had our own thing going. So when I was a kid, my dad started me mowing yards and cutting grass around the first time that first Xbox 360 came out in Fight Night, the first Fight Night when Fight Night came out on 360. That's when I was out here mowing yards, cutting grass, so I can get me some games and stuff. Um, so I always had my own thing going, and in my head, I already knew what I wanted to do and who I was. So I never felt like I needed to fit in. You know, I always just knew I just need to finish school, get out of school, and then I'm good. I'm gonna have my career. That's how I always felt. So I never wanted to fit in. But even with my music and stuff like that, you move certain places, you feel like, you make this stuff, you make this music and you fit and you come to these new cities and you try to find the scene, the music scene, whatever the case is. And then here we are again trying to fit in. And I don't like that. And that's why I kind of slowed down. I'm not too big. I don't care about attention. I don't care about all that. I just love doing what I do. And I put all that to the side because I felt like it got to a point where everything was about other people's opinions, not necessarily fitting in, but trying to create stuff for other people other than creating stuff from your heart. But and it was taking a lot of my time. So I put that to the side to follow God. And God knew that. God knew Judas was going to betray him. He already knew that. Even at the Last Supper, Jesus already knew that Judas was going to betray him. But he still respected him, gave him the bread to eat, and gave him all that. Still put him in his position in some cases. And I say that because God knew you before you was born. So he knew your life before you even lived it. So he knew this was gonna happen. He didn't he didn't move you to a certain place because he knew you was gonna be the one that stood out. He knew you was gonna be the one that followed him. You wasn't gonna be able to do that around people that you was around or the area that you was in. So he isolated you, he moved you away. Or he kept you somewhere. But he knew specifically you was going to follow him. And that's why you never fitted into the crowd. That's why you are isolated right now. Have faith in God. You know, you've been talking to God. You know your relationship with God, and you know the conversation. And that prayer that you prayed last night, He heard it. Keep your faith, because this right here is strengthening your faith. Certain stuff have to happen just to strengthen your faith. And that's all that's going on. Believe in Him. Keep His word. Keep your faith. Know that He's God. Know that He has the best interest for you. You might not understand what's going on, but just continue to make them baby steps and stay in the Word. And keep your eyes on God the way Peter did on that water. That is just the best example. Peter in the water. Keep your eyes on God. Time he started looking left and right, looking back at his friends and people on the boat, he started sinking. God picked him up, said, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Not doubt God, have faith. All it takes is faith the size of a mustard seed. As he said, we talked about that last time as well. So, let's stay strong in it, stay in the word, stay faithful, stay blessed, stay active. You know what I'm saying? Because God got a purpose for you. Even you come across this video, He got a purpose for you. Pay attention to the signs. Don't be blind to the signs. When He show you these signs, when He show you the word, when He show you this stuff, you can't go acting blind. Because once you open that spiritual eye, you can't close it back, unfortunately. So welcome. Stayed this long. Thank you. I just wanted to come and put that message out. That's why you wasn't able to fit in. And that's why you've been going through what you've been going through. That's also why you're isolated. Best thing to do right now while you're isolated is get into the gospel. The book of Matthew, the book of John, Mark, Luke. Definitely read, the gospels. Take your time though. Boy, verse at a time, whatever you gotta do. Don't overwhelm yourself in it. If you gotta get into a Bible study with somebody so somebody can break that stuff down to you, then I advise you to do so. You got a church home, get you the right church home. Get you the right church home. Keep your eyes on God. Build up that faith and know that He's working with you. He always does with you. I promise. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Hey. Then why you crying?